we start with this first one. When we talk about generational communication curse number one, keeping secrets. Let me know in the chat whether or not this is a familiar experience in your upbringing, where what goes on in the house stays in the house.
Anybody know about that?
And even if it happens in the house to you and it happens negatively, you're not even necessarily sharing that amongst other family members.
Y'all just don't talk about it.
You just keep secrets.
Yeah.
And so, your father got children across the street, and occasionally he might be spending the night out, and you're wondering why daddy is spending so much time with auntie so-and-so. But, again, that's just something that everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
Or, it might be a situation in which your grandfather is your father. And that's something that y'all keep in the house, because the reality is that he took advantage of you. He misused and abused his power, his sense of authority, and, inappropriately did something to you, which led to a space that you're in right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's a secret. And then everybody's keeping it quiet. It's on the hush hush.
Not talk. Or somebody got some mental health challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Black folks,
Yeah.
we don't want to talk about, we don't need no help with no mental health.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And don't let you talk to somebody who got a little consciousness. Do you know who I come from? My ancestors and what we've been through.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pray about it, and I'm gonna keep on standing on the shoulders of the folks who've come before me, which is true.
Yes.
But we're not gonna talk about the fact that you had to go and be admitted to a psychiatric hospital, or you had to take some medicine, or somebody said you had a diagnosis. We don't say nothing about that. Keeping secrets.
Yes, and it's a curse.
Yes.
That we need to confront, because a lot of us, even on here right now, are suffering in silence. A lot of your children are suffering in silence, because again, if it's a generational communication curse, trust and believe it ain't just stop with you. Or it didn't just, happen to you and you're not passing some of that stuff on to your children. It's seeping into the relationships that your children are having. And so again, if that's the case, like, what messages are you conveying and what do you want to deliver to them, that if something does happen, if they experience something, they should be able to say something. Yeah. And sometimes we do this from a self-protective place. So secrets don't necessarily have to be just around sexual misconduct. But for instance, when we speak about bills, when we speak about money, how many of y'all in your household growing up, like y'all ain't had no conversations about money, finances? Like what the parents did.
That's grown folks' business.
That's grown folks' business. Yes. What the parents had, what they did with the money was their business. And there was an expectation that you just get in alignment, or you just don't ask questions about it.
Right. So then you're ill prepared when it's time for you to go out into the world.
And
Black folks continue to not have all of the equipment we need financially, because we just don't talk about that type of stuff. Right?
Yes.
We don't talk about it. There you go. Kyle said, stay in a child's place. Yeah. So that's big. So keeping secrets is one thing, that you have to pay attention to. If this hits you a little bit, please don't judge yourself or judge your family or judge your situation. Just start thinking about in what ways can you start to make some different moves to start opening up more. Start opening up more and not leaning into the tendency to not talk about stuff and to keep stuff quiet. Okay. So you just got to figure out how you can start to move things along.